D. That would be bad management. Excuse me.
Or less than,
And
less
so-
than desirable.
And so.
Appreciate that feedback.
And, yes, I think we're losing a little bit perspective here, getting into the weeds of, trying to micro-process the actual, numbers here. The value of, that I perceive, and I think many of our residents perceive, having our own town arborist on a full-time basis who feels an ownership, not to discredit any of the work that Kevin has done the last few years, but on a part-time basis, it just has not been enough. And it hasn't been enough for our residents. And with the increase in building permits and the complications of our heritage trees and residents and their properties, the residents miss their own town arborist. And I really think that that is a tangible or non-tangible that you can't really put a price on yet at this point. But you have to be careful about the money that you do spend and the analysis. But I think clearly hiring our own town arborist is something that is will be a benefit to the town, and put in the 4-year limited contract gives us the flexibility and the protection that we would need to be able to terminate the contract and rather than have an employee. So I just think that it's something that is really a good solution to our problems here for having town arborists.
Thank you, Councilwoman Willis. I like the flexibility that this creates. I understand that there may be issues related to a consultant on this, but I also understand that this gives us a lot of flexibility on potentially terminating this contract if this person doesn't work out within the year. And we also know that the term is up to 4 years. Gives us that option that if it's not working at that point, still we can get rid of it. But I do think that we do have the demand with all the things that Councilwoman Lewis mentioned and others. All of our right-of-way issues. I know that there's a share of things that have been set aside and asking others. So I am personally in favor of moving forward with that selection. And I'd like to hear a motion to that effect.
So moved.
Please. Go ahead.
So, a couple things I think. I think there's no doubt we need a full-time arborist. We need somebody who's going to be working full-time as an arborist. And I think the whole council feels that way. That's why we supported staff to pursue these two different avenues and look at them. And I feel good about the depth that staff's gone into in that review. I don't think that we need the person because we have so many more building permits. I think we need the person because the 20-hour per week arborist didn't have the time to take care of the trees in the right-of-ways and the trees in the park. And those trees are absolutely part of our heritage and need care, and so I think it's the right thing to do. I think that it is important that we look at this decision carefully, because taking on a full-time employee versus a consultant incurs certain potential long-term obligations that the town ended in the last 5 years. And I don't think that we want to reverse those decisions. So I think the careful assessment of these details is important. And the way that I conclude on it is that it looks like the consultant would cost us somewhere in the range of $170,000 a year for the same amount of arborist work, that the employee would cost us $130,000 at step A and $150,000 at step D. That seems like a pretty good deal to me for the town. You don't know exactly what you're getting